AK Express makes busy schedules easier. Conveniently located at the corner of K Beach and West Poppy Lane. Makes everybody rides again. AK Express, where convenience is king.
Cuts, fractures, sprains, burns, fishhooks, and workplace accidents. Odyssey Urgent Care treats the injuries that can't wait. Need stitches? They perform laceration repairs right here. Got a fishhook where it doesn't belong? Well, they can help with that too. With on-site x-ray services, splinting, braces, and expert injury care, you can get diagnosed and treated in one convenient visit. Conveniently located in Kenai in the Odyssey Family Practice Building. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Walk in or call 907-283-8400. Odyssey Urgent Care.
Epic healthcare for your journey.
All right, welcome back here to Kenai, Alaska. Taking a look at the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. Oilers up 5-0 over the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. 7 hits to the Pilots, 2 errors for the Pilots, none for the Oilers.
2 errors, thank you very much. And let's see here. 2 hits for the Pilots, very good. They've got 3 up there. Here's the first pitch. It's a ground ball to third baseman. Skinner's got it in a 2-bounder and throws a bullseye, but it was close as Davis Weeks has got some speed, and it's a 5-3 put out to start the third for the Pilots.
Yeah, I've got him scored at 2 errors right now, so I think I'll stick with that for the moment.
You're the official scorer. Lash yourself to the mast and ride it out the storm, all right?
That's the idea.
Yesterday we had a lot of fun, though, polling the press box, and I was outvoted 3-1. Here's the pitch to the next Pilot hitter. It's Blaze Says, the shortstop for the Pilots. Bats from the right-hand side. Graw deep at short and shading towards the third base side. Here's the pitch inside. And it's 1-1. That would have been a strike yesterday with a different umpire.
Yes, and again, it goes back to how the umpires call the strike zone differs from day to day.
Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's a swing and a miss. I don't really like the appeals, but I've noticed the ball strike appeals on MLB have really been justified. They have normally, that's just the ones I've seen, the appeals have been overturning the calls. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. And Sizz goes down looking. There's 2 dead here in the Pilots' third. But the appeal for the balls and strikes, I have to tell you, don't like, because it's supposedly they wanted to speed up the game. And this doesn't speed it up. I definitely like the idea of appealing calls on the bases, because no umpire has got freeze frame, slow motion vision.
That's exactly right.
Here's Vaughn Coleman. He singled to start the game, and he swings and misses for strike 1. As Luke Dixon has coming breezing through this third frame so far.
Much like his brother, looking very dominant starting from the mound.
There's the delivery here. It's popped up. It's going to be out of play, and it's 0-2. So I think we're pretty well have a consensus that we don't like putting a man on second base in extra innings.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with that. I think...
I don't think that's going to last. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Checks his swing, and it's low. The other thing is, when you can't call in a pitcher to just one batter now. Is that correct? I don't like that. I don't.
Yeah, universal DH. Yes.
I think they. I think that they fill those out in the playoffs. Anyway, it's a low. It's pitch is low. I'm going to have to ask our technician back in the studio, Race. Are we still on the air? Race, are we still on the air? Strike three called. And I think we're going to have to dial up here.
Oilers fans, join the Oilers on Saturday, the 20th. That's 6 days from now for Field Day. Bring the family and come enjoy some various fun activities on the field with the Oilers.
I got to connect here.
The human slot machine.
Help me erase this old phone number. It's real. Oh, here we go.
Here at Memorial Park.
Hey, I'm getting you back up.
What happened, Race?
Our house is open at Sweeney's with savings from 30 to 70%.
Yeah, what happened?
I don't know. The call dropped.
Yeah, right. We didn't touch a thing here, so that's what happens when you're on a Bluetooth and what happens when you're on a cell phone. So, all right.
Okay.
Thank
In
you.
a second.
The warehouse sale at Sweeney's Clothing in Savannah. Your workwear and outerwear headquarters for the whole family.
Bob Bird and Dylan Simmons with Race back at the studio. We dropped our audio, and just one of those quirks of cell phone towers and Bluetooth connections, and we're glad to be back here. Von Coleman went down on a strikeout. He was called out, so the Oilers had their first clean inning, 3 up and 3 down, and to take it from there, Dylan.
Yeah, and also in that inning, like we said, the Pilots unable to get any runs on the scoreboard. 7 total hits for the Oilers, 2 for the Pilots in a 5-0 game. Do want to apologize as well to all the folks watching on YouTube. Had some technical issues with our computer, but we got that sorted out, so should be good to go on the video side as well. But I guess we're learning today that technology isn't always going to be in your favor, but you keep trucking through anyway.
All right. And the Oilers will bring batters 8, 9, and 1. And the first pitch to Luke Skinner, and he takes strike 1. Oilers with 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 5 men left. To the Pilots, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 man left. Here's the windup and the pitch. And that's fouled off to the left, out of play. Skinner popped to the shortstop, his first time up. Kaneshiro has yielded 5 runs and 7 hits, walked 2. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop. It's a slow roller. He's going to have to hustle. Here's the throw. It's very close. And they called him out. A lot of groans from the fans. And but that was really close.
Yeah, that was a very close play at first, like you said. Sizz got that pretty late in the process, and I thought for a second that Skinner was going to be able to beat it out, but give credit to Sizz. He's been making some great plays at the shortstop position throughout this series, and that may have been one of his best yet. I don't know how he got that throw in time to Dahl.
Here's Garrison Jones, safe on an error and caught stealing. Here's the pitch to him. It's a strike. 0-1. Caught stealing on a double steal on his way to third base.
I reached on an error as well earlier, looking for a clean hit right here against Kaneshiro.
Here's the next pitch, and it's a tap foul behind the plate. And it's 0-2. Weeks, Sizz, Dotson, and Dahl, the infield third to first. Coleman, Gianni, Kunis, left, center, and right for the Glacier Pilots. There's 1 out here, and the pitch to Garrison Jones, swing and a miss. And that's strikeout. Strikeout number 4. Is that correct?
That is correct for Kaneshiro, and that was one of his better ones against Jones. A great breaking ball to finish that off to get the strikeout. Looking a little more confident against the bottom part of the order here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning.
Yeah, it was the bottom part of the order that started the last rally for the Oilers. Here's Nolan Graw. He is 2 for 2. 2 singles. Doing the job as a leadoff man is expected to do. 2 outs, nobody on. The next pitch, deep fly ball right field. It's way back there. It's back. Hey, it's into Tinker Lane. Hot dog and hallelujah. Nolan Graw just circles the bases with the Oilers' 3rd home run of this series. Dylan?
Yeah, the third home run in the last 3 days as well. The only guy who had been able to get one up to this point was Brooks Hossencleaver, but Nolan Graw with a shot drilled deep into that right field part of the ballpark. And remember, the wind is pushing out towards the south right now. May have assisted in pushing that ball over the fence in that area. What a home run for the South Dakota State Jackrabbit.
Here comes Mark Nellis. Nellis takes low for ball one. Nellis has been hit by a pitch, stole a base, and scored on an error, and struck out. We're in the third. It's now 6-0 for the Oilers. Next pitch is inside, and it's 2-0. Wow.
That's a game changer right there. Graw hit 5 home runs at South Dakota State this past season. Not really as much of a home run guy, but can certainly get it done.
There's a strike on the inside corner. 2-1. There were 2 outs and nobody on. And Kaneshiro grooved one for Graw. Here's the windup and the pitch. Inside, and it's 3-1.
In addition, though, to Graw's great home run skills, he was the team leader and Summit League leader in batting average. So he has shown his skills more than once.
Next pitch. Hot grounder. Beautiful stop by Weeks. A long throw. Wow! Davis Weeks backhanded on the outfield side of the bag, right on the line, and a monster throw. And Mark Nellis is robbed of an infield hit. And that will retire the side. In the inning, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left. A home run by Nolan Graw. Let's go to the fourth. The score is the Oilers 6 and the Miners nothing. This is Oilers baseball on KSRM.
Let's talk about something that's not always top of mind, but still really important, life insurance. Because it offers financial protection for your loved ones. It can help. What inning did you say it ends?
We're going to the fourth.
Okay. And with State Farm, your local agent can help you understand your options and choose coverage that fits your needs and budget.
Hi, this is Christy Babcock, your local State Farm agent, still in Kenai, and now also at the Soldotna Y. Got a toothache? PCHS is bringing back emergency dental services in Kenai. Patients are evaluated each morning starting at 7:45 with treatment available until 9 Monday through Friday. Patients will be seen in order of urgency. It's fast, focused care when you need it most. Don't wait through the pain. Get the help you need right when you need it. For more information, call 907-262-3119.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all.
The signature tune of the big band era. Glenn Miller's in the new mood. What's the distance from the rubber to the plate?
From the rubber to the plate, that's a good question. I know that between the bases it's 90 feet.
Right. It's 60 feet 6 inches.
60 feet 6 inches.
And when they drew up the rules of baseball and built a new stadium in the early 20th century, the blueprints had a problem. And the first pitch to the number 2 hitter is Cooper Kunis. The way it was supposed to be 60 feet 0 inches, but the guy who drew the blueprint made his 0 look like a 6. And that is the greatest trivia question in baseball. So since then, it's always been 60 feet 6 inches.
Well, how about that?
Check it out. It's a great story. I think it's ball 2. Here's the next pitch. It's high and away. I'm not quite sure what the count is as we're telling baseball stories, which is easy to do. Cooper Kunis was on with a fielder's choice. He's the right fielder.
Yeah, 2-1 count right now.
All right. Righty on lefty matchup. And here's a ground ball to the first baseman. He's got to hurry, and he makes it in time. A slow roller, but it came right to him. And Kunis is retired here to start the fourth inning. Oilers 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 5 left after just 3 innings of play, and nothing for the Glacier Pilots, but they do have 2 hits.
Yeah, and I'm going to be very curious to see if Kaneshiro stays in past that 3rd inning. We know that there's been guys warming up in the Pilots bullpen. we'll see how that comes into play in the bottom of the fourth.
Antonio Gianni, he's been impressive in this series, and he's very self-critical about his own play. And we'll see what happens as I think he took ball one. One out, nobody on. Gianni playing center field. Bats from the right side. Here's the next pitch, and it's in there for a strike. And it's 1-1.
Great breaking ball by Dixon. Approached the top of the zone that time. He's shown that a few times throughout this game, but that may have been one of his best on a really tough hitter in Antonio Gianni.
Ball one, strike one. Sun peeking out again. Mostly not. Here's the pitch. Ground ball. Third baseman Skinner on his back, and it's going to bounce in. He made it. A one-hop burn across the entire diamond. He looked as impressive as Weeks did just a moment ago for the Pilots.
I was about to say almost a carbon copy that time between what Weeks did. Luke Skinner with a great job of fielding that baseball on the left side. Remember earlier in the series, he had a few baseballs get past him in that same area. Doesn't allow the same thing to happen here and gets the throw to Musil for the out.
Very impressive work there. And Jake Dahl comes to the plate. He struck out the first time up. Bats from the left-hand side. He's playing first base. First pitch to him. A line drive. Caught right to the first baseman, Musil. Wow, the Oilers now have retired 7, 8 in a row here in the last 3 innings. An L3 to end the 4th inning for the Pilots. Will go to the Oilers half of the 4th with a 6-0 lead. This is Oilers Baseball on Radio Kenai.com.
Upstairs at Beeman's, talking with Steve. Beeman's is expanding their line of keys, and Steve, it's exciting.
It is. You know, for years we've been able to clone shipped car keys. So we just got a new machine that allows us to do a greater range of vehicles and remotes, as well as many push-button start keys, sometimes proximity keys. Pricing varies. You can come in and get a quote, and we can tell you what we can do for you.
Get that brand new key you've been looking for right here at Beeman's on the Kenai Highway in Soldotna.
Gentle Dental in Soldotna proudly welcomes Dr. Perkins to the practice. He brings a remarkable background from studying in France to earning a degree in microbiology and a DMD, graduating near the top nationality. With over 5,000 hours in implant dentistry and decades in anesthesiology, he delivers advanced, comfortable care. Dr. Perkins has been recognized among America's top dentists and enjoys serving Alaska communities. Gentle Dental continues providing trusted modern care. Call 907-262-8834 for your next appointment.
Bob Bird back here at the top of the 4th for the Oilers. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors with 5 men left on the Three Bears scoreboard. And the Pilots, no runs, 2 hits, 2 errors, and 1 man left. And we have a new pitcher coming on. And Dylan, go ahead and give us the line on Kanoa Kaneshiro.
Cam Krogan now on the mound for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots, and for the line for Kaneshiro, we've got 3 innings pitched with a total of 5 runs given up, several runs given up, 6 runs is the total, 8 hits given up with 4 strikeouts, 2 walks, 1 hit by pitch, and 1 wild pitch.
All right, so who's the new pitcher?
Cam Krogan is the man on the mound, 6'5", 190 senior out of Pepperdine. Did pitch earlier in this series in game number 2, and unfortunately for him was credited with the loss in that second game against the Oilers. Gave up several runs in the bottom of the 6th to allow them to take the win.
Hassan Claver, the pitcher for the batter, bounces one along the first base side, and it goes foul. He's really happy about that. It was a slow roller. And strike 1. Hassan Cleaver struck out and walked and scored a run.
Already 2 homers in this series, and he was able to do some damage against Krogan as well on Thursday evening. Trying to lead off well for the Oilers here with a really strong part of their order coming up in Hassan Claver, McCormick, and Musil.
Here's the next pitch, and a strike at the knees on the outside corner. And it's 0-2. To the count to the leadoff hitter, Brooks Hassan Cleaver, batting in the 3rd spot here in the bottom of the 4th, and it's low for ball 1, strike 2.
if you're the Pilots right now and you're trying to get Cam Krogan to understand the message, it's don't let this score balloon anymore.
Here's the next pitch to Hassan Cleaver, low and away, and it's 2-2. Krogan looks big from here, maybe about 6'1".
He is actually 6'5", 190.
Wow.
Yes.
Here's the windup and the pitch. Fastball, sidearm delivery, and it's fouled off up and over the beer garden.
Foul ball brought to you by
What a great job in this series our fans have done to show up and to support the Oilers.
You can tell they're excited to be back, Bob, and it's created some awesome atmospheres here at Coral Seymour Ballpark.
Here's the outside on a sidearmer, and he works his 0-2 to a 3-2. Hassan Cleaver playing right field. Fire engine red tops for the Oilers. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Ball 4. Boy, he's faced a lot of walks, understandably. And he'll take a hike to first base.
He's maybe the best on the team at forcing walks. Entered yesterday's game with 4 walks already on the season and has added a few more today.
Well, I think those 2 home runs influence where they're pitching him. Here's Carson McCormick. Holy smokes, 2 for 2 and 3 RBIs. Here's the pitch to him. The sidearm is way outside, ball 1. Weeks is Dotson and Dahl, third to first on the infield. Coleman, Gianni, and Kunis, left, center, and right for the Glacier Pilots in the outfield. Modest leadoff, and he gets back walking, and the ball gets slightly muffed and trickles out to the edge of the grass. He's not going anywhere. Oilers 6 runs, 8 hits.
Probably the best performance we've seen offensively so far from this Oilers squad, what they've done in this game.
Scoreboard says 3 hits for the Pilots, but we've only got them down for 2. Check that out. That pitch is outside.
I still have them only down for 2 at the moment.
All right. Ball 2, no strikes. Here's the pitch. Oh, can he throw heat with that sidearm? He missed it, and it's 3-0.
That's a balk. Looks like they're going to call a
Oh,
balk.
it's a balk, and there's no pitch. All right. I was kind of interested about that count all of a sudden. Now we got it. Did you see a balk?
I didn't see as much maybe to call that a balk, but I have to take another look at it.
There's the delivery. Another hot fastball on the sidearm. It's low and away. A balk can be called if the pitcher does not come to a full stop on his set, especially with a runner on first base. Sometimes an umpire will ignore it if there's someone on third. Ball 3, no strikes now. And here's the stretch in the pitch. Ball 4. Well, Carson McCormick gets a walk to first base. 2 bases on balls. And that sets the table for Owen Musial. He singled and had an RBI the last time up. And coming out for a chit-chat, a slow walk, and we're going to take a 30-second timeout. This is Oilers Baseball on KSRM.
Don't settle for partial care. At Central Peninsula Hospital, you get access to 3 specialty clinics: the Bone and Joint Center, Kenai Spine and Pain, and Foot and Ankle Specialists. From sprains to spine surgery, our team offers imaging, therapy, and surgery without leaving the Kenai. No travel, no outsourcing, just complete care, close to home. Visit cpgh.org/orthopedics or call 907-714-4404.
And we're back here at the bottom of 4 as the Oilers once again threatening. They scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third. Now they've got runners on first and second. And I believe the batter is Owen Musial with a clean count. He's walked, singled, and knocked in a run. Here's the stretch and the pitch. Low and dirty. I'm impressed with Krogan's speed and his sidearm delivery, but he's not hitting strikes.
No, he's not finding the zone consistently. Like you said, he's got a lot of speed and a lot of velocity on these pitches, but if he can't find the zone consistently, it is not going to end well.
Musial, I'm going to guess, he's going to keep taking till he throws a strike. Here's the stretch and the pitch. There it is. And it's 1-1.
Same sort of breaking ball that time, except this time got it to work on that lower part of the zone against Musial.
Ball one, strikeout. Strike one. Hassan Cleaver on second, McCormick on first. Nobody dead. Now we're in the bottom of the fourth. Oilers leading 6-0. Here's the pitch. That looked good, but he called it a ball. We're a little bit off center here, and it could well have been outside. Ball two, strike one. Here's the stretch by Krogan. And the pitch. It's ground ball to the second baseman. Could be a double play. Scrapes by the shortstop, brushes the bag, and they got him for a double dip. A 4-6-3. Very, very nice play. Dodson to Sizz to Dahl. But it does advance a runner to third.
Yeah, that was needed for the Pilots as well. Like you said, good work by Dodson to ground that baseball cleanly. Able to get the 4-6-3, but still got Reed Oakley to deal with and Hassan Cleaver at the hot corner.
Might have been smart to bunt, especially with Reed Oakley 2 for 2 with a double, a single, and an RBI. And the pitch to Oakley, and it's low for ball one. So Hassan Cleaver at third base. McCormick and Musial erased on the garden variety double play. They looked real smooth. Here's the ball one pitch. And swing and a miss. And it's 1-1. I noticed Sizz just lightly scraped his toe over the top of the bag. That's all you need to do. There's lots of talk in baseball about phantom steps on the bag. There's a strike called. You know what I'm talking about.
I do.
Yes. Whether it's the second baseman or the shortstop, vicinity double plays they're called. Yeah.
Yes.
Ball one, strike two. And the pitch. Ooh, just misses, and it's 2-2. Krogan, who's already had a visit to the mound, might do something nobody's done yet, and that is get the Oilers off the out of the inning without scoring a run. But we've got a run around third with 2 outs and a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and it's a fly ball. Gonna drop. How about that? A line drive base hit to left field, and Reed Oakley is having quite a day. 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs.
What a day for Oakley, like you said. Remember, this guy got banged up a couple of games ago. Couldn't play yesterday. Comes back in today, and my goodness, he is absolutely taking the Pilots to task. Another RBI swing, this time on a single. 3 for 3, and the Oilers take a 7-0 lead.
Here's Sammy Lopez, 0 for 2, and the pitch to him is a strike. He fly deep to center his last time up. And Krogan to the stretch with a runner on first. Swing and a tip, I think, into the catcher's glove. And the count is 0-2. Oilers are 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 1 in the fourth. There's the stretch by Krogan, and the pitch is way outside, and 1-2.
Remember, Lopez was able to get a couple of hits yesterday as well for the Oilers. Really nice performance against the Pilots in game number 4. This is a guy who just continues to improve at each and every game, and been able to see that ourselves.
The pitch, hot shot. Foul. Line drive, good 10 feet foul down the third base side. And it's 1-2. Lopez getting his bat on the ball. Ball one, strike two. The side armor delivers. Ooh, obviously checked. No, No. He never moved that bat past an angle, a 45-degree angle. What was your thought there?
Yeah, I don't think I saw that one the same way as the home plate umpire did.
All right, so he strikes him out in the inning. 1 run on 1 hit. There were 2 walks, and there was 1 man left on base. We'll go to the 5th with the score. The Oilers 7 and the Pilots nothing. This is Oilers baseball on KSRM.
Thinking about a new place to land here on the Kenai Peninsula? At Ashman Krause Real Estate, we believe real estate should feel clear, calm, and personal from the very first conversation. Whether you're buying your first home, moving across town, or preparing to sell, we guide you through every step with local knowledge and genuine care. Ashman Krause Real Estate at Jack White Real Estate, guiding you home with care.
Yes, Steamboat Wheels does install lift stations. Generally, a lift station is required with high groundwater or some type of elevational difference that's going to require a pressurized mound or bed. But they do provide an excellent sewer system when installed correctly. Conventional septics are the preferred way to go. But when you have high groundwater or an elevational difference where you've got to pump it up a hill to do it conventionally, a lift station may be the only way to go. Give us a call at Steam on Wheels, 907-262-3240.
And now for the play-by-play for innings 5, 6, 7, and 8. Here is Dylan Simmons.
Well, thank you, Bob, and what a performance it's been for the Oilers so far, on top of the Glacier Pilots by a score of 7-0 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. 9 hits to the Pilots, 2 errors for Anchorage, none for Peninsula so far. Obviously, the bats have been playing sensational so far in this contest, and that is obviously a great story, but the pitching has also been excellent from Luke Dixon, as has been the defense. Braden Horn will lead off for the Pilots in this frame. 5, 6, and 7 due up for Anchorage. Horn, Logan Strong, and Ryan Dotson as the Pilots try to get something going against your Peninsula Oilers. Luke Dixon so far in the game with 4 total strikeouts, and he'll deliver a looking strike on Horn on a fastball. Count goes to 0-1. Luke Dixon, of course, the twin brother of Cole, who had a sensational game on Wednesday to help the Oilers to their first win of the season. And now Luke trying to follow in his brother's footsteps with a great performance today, and so far he's done exactly that. Zips a fastball, it bounces straight up in the air off of the catcher Garrison Jones, and that'll be called for ball number 1 as it went behind Jones. So 1-1 pitch coming up. Luke Dixon, a redshirt senior out of Arkansas Tech, hails from Glendale, Arizona, and had 9 1/3 innings pitched this past season for Arkansas Tech. Swing and a miss here from Braden Horn, and the count goes to 1-2. Really nice pitch from Luke Dixon, who continues to serve up those breaking balls and fastballs in a really good sequence. Played summer ball in the Jayhawk Collegiate League back in 2023 as well. And delivers a strikeout here on Braden Horn. A swing and a miss, and that will be the 5th K for Luke Dixon here on this Sunday afternoon. What an afternoon he's having for the Oilers. 1 down in the top half of the 5th inning. Logan Strong will come to the plate for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Logan Strong yesterday for Anchorage had a pretty solid outing. He's been a pretty good catcher all series long for Anchorage, and trying to lift them back into this contest as that pitch is going to be upstairs and the count will be at 1-0. Pilots have lost 3 of the 4 games played thus far in the series, including yesterday's by a score of 2-1. Dixon delivers a low pitch here, and that will move the count forward to 2-0. Logan Strong had 1 hit and 1 RBI yesterday for the Glacier Pilots. One of the guys who's been able to consistently produce for Anchorage so far this season. Another pitch high from Luke Dixon brings the count to 3-0. So a 3-0 pitch coming up from Luke Dixon with 1 out. delivered to Strong, and that is low inside, ball 4, and Logan Strong reaches on a 4-pitch walk for the Glacier Pilots, and they have a runner aboard with 1 out here in the top half of the 5th inning. That is a welcome sight for Anchorage fans. Ryan Dotson will head to the plate now for the Pilots. Dotson, so far in this game, has struck out looking once against Luke Dixon. That came back in the 2nd inning. This pitch is going to be delivered high from Dixon, and actually that walk to Strong is the first time that a Glacier Pilot has managed to get something other than an immediate out since way back in that 2nd inning with Braden Horn's single. 1-0 pitch is delivered. It's going to be a little bit low. Count goes to 2-0. Of course, Horn, top batting average on this Glacier Pilot team, above 400 at points throughout this series. Logan Strong, as well as Dotson, trying to follow in his footsteps. 2-0 pitch. Here's a ground ball chopped to the left side into the hand of the third baseman. Throw to second in time to get the out on the leadoff runner, Logan Strong. Dotson will advance to first on a fielder's choice. So that'll be 2 down here in this top half of the 5th inning. Nicely done by Luke Skinner to first get that ball and then heave it over to second base to take care of Logan Strong. So a really nice job to get the out, and that will bring on the next man in the order, Davis Weeks, number 8 man in the order for the Glacier Pilots. Davis Weeks grounded out to third his last time up, and the third baseman looking to take advantage here, and he's not present. Now he's going to be coming to the plate. He was in the dugout for a little bit, talking to head man Rich Price, and Bob talked about him earlier on in our game today. He is truly a class act. Former head man at the University of Kansas, has coached years and years of baseball, and has become a staple of the Alaska Baseball League with the Glacier Pilots, as that pitch is to the outside. Obviously competitors for the Oilers, but still a great guy to talk to and learn from, no matter which team you are. 1-0 pitch coming up from Luke Dixon. And just a little bit to the outside. Count goes to 2-0. Davis Weeks, the Michigan State Spartan, trying to add another hit to his collection right here. Trying to help the Pilots get to 3-4 on the season. This is upstairs on the fastball from Luke Dixon. Count goes to 3-0. So Dixon not as consistent in finding the strike zone so far in this inning. He's a little bit above 50 pitches now, so not quite to that extreme zone yet. Here's the 3-0, and this one just catches the top part of the zone for a looking strike. Count at 3-1. 3-1 pitch coming up to Davis Weeks. Runner at first is Ryan Dotson. 2 outs here in the top of the 5th. Fastball inside, ball 4. So yet another walk issued by Luke Dixon here in this top half of the 5th inning. He'd been pretty good at avoiding those until recently, but now a couple here in this inning. That'll bring on Blaze Sis to the plate. Braden Horn, of course, earlier on in this inning was struck out swinging for the Pilots. Logan Strong reached on a walk, and Ryan Dotson reached on a fielder's choice. He's now at second base. This first pitch is going to be a little bit high on Blaze Sis, and that will bring the count to 1-0. So far for Sis in this contest, he has been struck out by Luke Dixon, but we've seen him come through time and time again from the 9-hole. Softly hits this one and fouls it back. Count moves to 1-0, or 1-1, I should say. And Blaze is, of course, a guy who we've become very familiar with out of Cal State Northridge, Reno, Nevada. Freshman standing at 6 feet tall, 175 pounds. And emerging as a key piece for the Glacier Pilots, especially when it comes to being a shortstop. He's made some sensational infield plays. 1-1 0-1 pitch from Luke Dixon. Breaking ball in for a strike. Throw back to first. And just getting back in time was, Davis Weeks. Garrison Jones tried to throw him out. Just couldn't get it back there in time. But that was great awareness from the catcher Jones. Counts now at 2-1. Actually, it should be at 1-2. My apologies. Was looking at the scoreboard. So the count now at 1-2 coming up. Pitch delivered by Dixon, swing and a miss, and that's strike 3. Luke Dixon with a strikeout to end the top of the 5th. Wasn't the prettiest for him so far, but still able to take care of business. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Pilots with 2 left on base. Luke Skinner, Garrison Jones, and Nolan Graw will be due up for the Oilers when we come back right here to KSRM 92.5 FM and 920 AM.
Dan's Automotive has the best customers in the world. What about Asia? We love Asia. We work on Toyotas, Hondas, Nissans, Hyundais, and Kias.
What about Amsterdam?
Do they even make cars?
Look, no matter what side of the car the steering wheel's on, we got you covered. Dan's Automotive, serving the best customers in Alaska. Call 907-420-0416.
Fall is just around the corner. Are you ready for your next chapter? At Kenai Peninsula College, we're ready for you. Registration for the fall semester is now open, offering the classes you need close to home. And big news, our residence hall is now open. You can once again experience full campus life, build lifelong friendships, and live where you learn while taking classes at KPC or any UA campus. Don't wait. Secure your classes in your room today at KPC.
Welcome back. This is Oilers baseball right here on K. Of the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, as it has been for most of the game, it's the Oilers dominating 7-0 over the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. 9 hits to 2 hits for Peninsula. 2 errors for the Pilots, none for the Oilers so far.
New pitcher
for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots here on the mound looks like number 6, Davis Weeks, as best we can tell.
Third base much of the time?
He has been playing third base, so it's going to be a double switch. So now moving over to third base for the Oilers is number 2, for the Glacier Pilots is number 2, Ryan Dotson. Now, he was over at second base, so I'll have to sub in somebody else for him, and it looks like they have. So that'll be Landon Martindale, who's now at second base, number 3. So a few different changes here for the Glacier Pilots. We've got it all squared away. That is the situation with Davis Weeks now on the mound.
Very interesting, as it's at this level, normally you don't have multi-position players, except if it's a catcher. Sometimes they go to first base.
So Luke Skinner will come to the plate, come to the plate for the Peninsula Oilers, number 8 man in the order. Krogan's line shot here and delivers a
Have Krogan for 1 run, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, and 2 walks.
So there's your official line on Cam Krogan in the bottom half of the 4th. 0-1 pitch by Weeks. Fastball a little bit high. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Popped the ball up to the shortstop and grounded out to the shortstop in his 2 appearances, 0 for 2. Saw him get a couple hits already earlier in this series, though, and he is very quick on the base paths. That's been one of his defining features so far. 2-1, low from Weeks. Count goes to 3-1. Oilers don't want to spell this out too early, but if things keep going the way they have been for the Bats, they could, in theory, end this game early via the run rule. If it gets to a and foul ground in front by the coaches ahead of time, but there has been a run rule in the Years ago, there was a run rule in a couple games that I called that was enforced. So that would be the situation, I believe, if we got past 7. 3-2, ground ball delivered to the left side, right side, picked up out, or excuse me, the out total will be 1.
Martindale had him played perfectly, and it was like he's been playing there all this week.
Yeah, he's been getting pretty familiar over at second base here early on. That'll bring on Garrison Jones to the plate for the Peninsula Oilers. Number 9 man in the order. Jones today has reached once on an error, also reached back in the first and struck out in the third. Did not reach back in the first, it looks like.
In the third inning.
Here's a ground ball delivered right back to Martindale. He'll throw on to first. That's another 4-3.
Wow.
And another quick out on the Oilers.
I'll give you the Pilots' new configuration on the infield. It is Dodson, Sis, Martindale, and Dahl. The infield third to first. Coleman, Gianni, and Kunis outfield left, center, and right. And a battery of Weeks. And
the next man up to the order for the Peninsula Oilers, and that will be Nolan Graw, the leadoff man for Peninsula, with 2 outs.
Graw having a terrible day. He's only 3 for 3.
One-oh pitch coming up from Weeks. Here's a chopper hit to the right side, picked up by Jake Dahl, throws back to the pitcher Weeks, and he gets the tag at first base for the final out. So not too shabby for Davis Weeks to start off in his appearance from the bump. It remains a 7-0 game. Back in just a moment to Kenai on KSRM 92.5 FM and 920 AM.
Looking for the toughest trailers and equipment on the Kenai? Head to White Spruce Trailer Sales on K Beach Road. Your local dealer for TYM tractors. That's right, they have TYM tractors and implements. Anything from TYM pallet forks, box blades, snow removal, and more. Built to work as hard as you do, from sales to service. Year long. Speaking of service, White Spruce offers a full-service shop with special discounts for commercial companies because supporting local businesses matter. Looking for a solid job with great pay and room to grow? Gam Construction and Roofing is hiring roofers and pay based on experience. No experience? The opportunity. Join one of the Kenai Peninsula's fastest growing roofing companies. Call 907-262-3996 today or visit dambuilt.com. Dam Construction and Roofing. Building careers one roof at a time.
Welcome back. This is Oilers baseball here on. Welcome back. This is Oilers baseball here on KSRM 920 AM and 92.5 FM. We're still trying to get all the Glacier Pilot switches confirmed after a.
You go ahead and take care of that. I'm going to tell you who's on the hill right now for the Oilers. It is Gabe Smith, a local product. I coached him in hockey. All right, and when he was, before he even got into high school. But for the line on Luke Dixon, he went through, struck out 6, walked pitches. As coming from a very athletic family. They were originally from West Virginia, and they moved here about 7 or 8 years ago, and they've been just a wonderful asset to local sports in baseball and in hockey. They picked up hockey right away, and they were naturals at it.
That they absolutely were. Gabe Smith going to be a fun guy to watch here in this top half of the 6th inning as Vaughn Coleman comes to the plate. Still trying to get all these pilot switches figured out. As that's a heck of a breaking ball for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. What a start for Gabe Smith here. He's got a pretty good breaking ball, And we'll see if he can keep that rolling throughout his appearance. Here is a drive into center field. Nellis back makes the catch for out one.
A line drive into left center, and a great job on the glove there by Nellis. That first pitch was a 12-6er.
Yes, it was, and like you said, really nice job by Nellis ranging back, being able to make that catch in center field. He has used his legs a few different times in this series, and it's worked out well for him, so very nice job to get that first out. Next man to the plate, as that'll be a ground ball right to first, bobbled by the first baseman, throw back to first, still in time to get the out. What a wacky play by Owen Musil. He was bobbling and juggling and looked like a circus act from Barnum and Bailey, somehow able to pick it up and still get it to first to get the out.
If you've ever seen the movie, it happens every spring. It's a fantasy where an inventor invents a ball that repels wood, and nobody can grab the ball when they've got wooden splints on their fingers. It looked like that movie. Oh, my.
That was absolutely sensational. That's one of the best things I've seen so far. So that'll bring the next man to the plate. Here's a high fly ball for Antonio Gianni, deep to center field. Nellis back towards the track, and he makes the catch for out number 3. So far, so good for Gabe Smith. How about that to start off his appearance in the top of the 6th?
How many pitches? 5?
Only.
Take it away.
No runs, no hits, no errors for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th. Back in just a moment here on KSRM 92.5 FM and 920 AM.
The World Cup's coming and everybody's talking defense. Here's a strategy that works long after the final whistle. If your family is complete, a no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy is a safe, effective move. If you're done building your team, it may be time to strengthen your defense. Dr. Alvarez can perform your procedure in Soldotna or Homer. It's quick, comfortable, and a whole lot easier than chasing toddlers into extra time. Don't leave your future up to a lucky bounce. Call Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics 907-235-1010 and schedule your no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy. Score some peace of mind and enjoy the games.
When trying to find a dentist, knows this. Ridgeway is a new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry and is family-friendly. Even if you don't have time to have multiple appointments, Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, they know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change your life. For your next dental appointment, call Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
Welcome back here to KSRM 920 AM and 92.5 FM. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird with you. Glacier Pilots down 7-0 to your Peninsula Oilers here on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. 9 hits for the Oilers, 2 hits for the Pilots, 2 errors for Anchorage, none for Peninsula. Davis Weeks on the mound for the Glacier Pilots, trying to see what he can do against this Oilers squad. He'll deal with Martin Ellis to lead off in this bottom of the 6th.
Dylan, I got to tell you, one final comment on that wacky play at first base. Smith looked like a veteran out there because even though it looked like it was going to be an easy, unassisted putout for the first baseman Musil, he followed up, and it's sort of like, gee, I'm glad to help you out, you know.
As that'll be a hit by pitch almost. It looks like Ornelas just missed him as it went back towards the inside. Count goes to 1-0. That was dramatically close.
Dodson says Gianni and Dahl is the new infield configuration. We thought that was Martindale at second, but it was Gianni. And it's Curran, Coleman, and Kunis, the outfield left, center, and right.
As this pitch will get by for a strike, and that will move the count against Nellis to 2-1. This pitch comes in for a strike. Tell you, Davis Weeks has got a pretty good set of pitches.
Well, he polished off the Oilers pretty quickly the last inning.
Of course, not usually put in this spot, but making the most of it. Ooh, a breaking ball right above the head of Martin Ellis. That, yeah, the second time that's happened. Count goes to 2-2 on Nellis here. Or 3-2, I should say. Payoff pitch coming up with no outs. Nellis pops this one up foul towards the right side. Count stays full. Payoff pitch coming up. to Davis Weeks, or from Davis Weeks to Mark Nellis right here. Here's the 3-2, and here's a high fly ball almost into the clouds towards right field. Right fielder wants it, and the catch is made by Cooper Kunis for out one.
In foul territory, but not by much. That was a sky-high fly for sure.
That is, to say the least. Brooks Hassenclaver will be the next man up for Peninsula. Number 3 man in the order. Nellis, Hassenclaver, and McCormick leading off this bottom half of the 6th inning. At this point, if you're the Oilers, all you're looking to do is add some insurance here, and that's what Hassenclaver is going to try to manage right here. Pitch on the way from Weeks is a little bit high. Hassenclaver, so far in this contest, has reached on a walk and has also reached on another walk, as a matter of fact. So 2 walks and a strikeout. 1-0, this pitch looked as though it might be inside, but call it for a looking strike. Count at 1-1.
Looking at the flag, it is kept horizontal, and it's 3/4 over our left shoulder here, so that explains the home run to left field, to right field.
1-1 pitch, breaking ball, finds the zone. Count goes to 1-2.
It's a spanking breeze out there now. I would say it's at least 15, maybe gusting to 20.
I would say that's a pretty fair assessment right now. Solid breeze and could affect the trajectory of some of these baseballs. 1-2 pitch, just a bit upstairs against Hassenclaver. Count goes to 2-2. Davis Weeks from Michigan State. Didn't get any experience with the Spartans as far as in-game action this past year, but getting plenty of time with the Pilots and now taking a chance at the bump. 2-2. And this is low outside for ball 3. Of course, we know the Pilots are down on pitchers right now. We're at the end of the series, so they don't have as many options as they normally would, and hoping that Weeks can maybe soften the damage a little bit, but it has been a tough day so far for the Pilots. 3-2. And that is high outside, ball 4. Hassenclaver for the 3rd time today, Bob, is going to reach on a walk.
Yeah, that's right. And, you know, he got called out with runners in scoring position in the 1st inning, and that's when they gave him some good pitches that he let go by. But now he gets his 3rd free pass, and it brings up Carson McCormick.
So Carson McCormick will come to the plate for Peninsula here, and he's had a heck of a day so far. McCormick 2 for 2 with a walk and delivers a little looper down into right field for a base hit. It goes all the way towards the right field corner. Hassenclaver around second, racing for 3rd. He'll get there in time. McCormick into 2nd, and he's got a 1-out double here in the bottom of the 6th.
What a day he's having. 3 for 3 with a walk and 3 RBIs. He hit that double, 2 nights ago? And it was the only hit of an inning, so he was stranded, but he has made his mark here today.
Oh, he has made his mark and then some. He is showing that he is a true, and I know we're in the afternoon, but he's a prime-time performer, and he is delivering in a big way for the Oilers so far. Owen Musil comes to the plate, and he wants to join the scoring party, and he's got a good shot too right here. Pitch delivered from Weeks. Breaking ball misses just outside. Count goes to 1-0.
We think he's leading the league in RBIs now with 8, with last night's winning sac fly and then an RBI today. He is 1 for 2. He hit into a double play the last time up.
This pitch inside, of course, he got 4 of those RBIs in one game, 2nd game of the series, back on Thursday, including that game-sealing, bases-clearing 3-run double late in the bottom of the 8th to help the Oilers clinch an 8-4 victory. 2-0 pitch delivered from Weeks, swing and a miss from Musil. He was looking at everything that time, but couldn't catch it.
I think you're right. I think it was just a tad behind it, and a nice fastball there. Watch for a changeup here.
We'll see if Weeks goes with the changeup. 2-1 on the way, as this will be fouled off towards the right side. Count moves to 2-2, right in the midst of that wind. Peninsula wearing their red uniforms, red shirts anyway, once again, same as yesterday. If you're winning, I guess the idea is, hey, stick with what's working so far. Did that earlier in the series. 2-2 pitch. Here's a ball popped up high into space, back into foul ground. Dahl camping underneath it, and the first baseman has to go over his own shoulder to make the catch, but does so for out 2.
Pop 3, it was an adventure for sure.
Yeah, needed every bit of his wingspan to be able to make that catch, but he was able to. That is out number 2 here in the bottom of the 6th. Still 2 runners in scoring position, and that brings on the red-hot Reed Oakley to the plate. Oakley, a double and 2 singles so far in this contest.
And 2 RBIs.
This pitch is low from Weeks. Count goes to 1-0. Oakley having his signature performance as an Oiler so far today. He and McCormick both, they have combined for 2 of the best performances we've seen from an Oiler this season. And Oakley wants to maybe outdo his teammate right here. He could add RBIs 3 and 4 as this pitch is well inside, almost caught Oakley in the helmet. Count goes to 2-0.
Yeah, the 2 of them together have 6 hits and 5 RBIs.
That's pretty solid. I think that Dave Dawson will take that. 2-0 pitch coming up to Oakley. Delivered by Weeks, high and outside for ball 3. Weeks just not able to consistently find the zone so far. And for those of you watching on YouTube, you can see maybe some of the uniforms rustling for the umpire and baseball players here at Coral Seymour. 3-0 pitch, and that's high again, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for the Oilers.
Well, that might have been intentionally done. Sammy Lopez is 0 for 3, but they're overlooking his big fly ball in center field. Lopez 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts.
Well, that's exactly right. He delivered a high shot to center field. It was caught by Gianni, but if he's able to get one into the gap, it could be a really tough spot for the Glacier Pilots right here.
Righty on lefty matchup.
Right-handed pitcher, left-handed batter, and that one perfectly placed in the zone for a strike, counted 0-1. Oilers currently have what would be a 10-run lead sitting at first base with Reed Oakley representing that 10th run. 0-1 pitch. Here's a ground ball gobbled up by the first baseman. Dahl throws to first and gets it to the pitcher Davis Weeks for the final out. So a 3-1, don't see that every day, is going to end the bottom half of the 6th inning. Oilers unable to add to the lead in this inning. 3 left on base on 1 hit and no errors. Back for the top of the 7th in just a moment here on KSRM 92.5 FM and 920 AM.
When you've been involved in a car accident, getting healthy is the most important thing. Having an advocate that can go out and get a full and fair recovery for you should not be something that you have to worry about. When people have been injured and suffered catastrophic injury or huge medical bills, other insurance companies can come and try to reduce your recovery. It's imperative to have someone that knows how to fight with these insurance adjusters look out for your interests. At Earhart, Elsner, and Cooley, we want to add value to your case to ensure a maximal, fair recovery.
Hello, I'm Marty Hansen, owner and manager of Eyewear Express. Let's talk about your money. Let's talk about getting up at 0 dark 30 to make a buck. Whether you're working in the hospital, one of our schools, or in the rain and snow, or you spend weeks away from your family, Eyewear Express knows the value of your money. And we promise the glasses we sell you mean as much to us as your money does to you. Eyewear Express will build you eyewear that are worth the money you use to pay for them. Expect the best from Eyewear Express, located in the Peninsula Center Mall, Soldotna.
It is a great day for Oilers baseball here in Kenai, Alaska. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird joining you for the top half of the 7th inning. And the man from Nikiski, where I'm currently living, for a fun fact for all of our Oilers fans out there, Gabe Smith on the mound. Had a great start earlier in the top of the 6th in his first appearance for Peninsula, and is trying to do more of the same here on the top of the 7th. He will have Jake Dahl, Nick Cortinas, and Jack Karen, 4, 5, and 6, due up in the order here in just a moment. And on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, the Oilers with a 7-run lead, 10 hits to the Pilots, 3, 2 errors for Anchorage, none for Peninsula. 3 left on base for the Oilers in the bottom half of the 6th inning.
They've got 9 left on base all day. They're not worried with a 7-0 lead. 3 left on for the Pilots.
Yeah, I think the 9 left on base, not ideal, but the Oilers certainly aren't going to lose too much sleep about it considering what they've been able to pull off so far. Gabe Smith has already shown a great breaking ball. This is going to be popped up by Dahl. It'll go behind the net. Count goes to 0-1.
That looked like a changeup from here.
I would have to say it probably was. Got a lefty batter here in Dahl to deal with as well. Cleanup man in the order. 0-1 pitch. That is going to be delivered just outside. Count goes to 1-1. Of course, the local folks here in Kenai who've watched Oilers baseball for years, they love seeing the local guys get opportunities like this. This ball is popped up into shallow center. Graw camps underneath it and has to backpedal, but makes the catch for out number 1. But that was not an easy one, Bob.
P6. I have to tell you about the local level of baseball here for a bit of an auditorial comment.
Sure.
15 years ago, soccer reigned supreme, and there were very few kids playing Little League. For some reason, that changed. And right now, both Kenai and Soldotna have huge and successful baseball programs.
This pitch is delivered in low. Count goes to 1-0 on Nick Cortinas, who's now at the plate, in that massive change that we saw a few moments ago for the Pilots. Cortinas is now listed as the catcher for Anchorage.
And there's nothing wrong with Homer's baseball program. They just won the state Division II championship.
Yeah, of course, we saw that game. I guess both of us were here at the ballpark when that happened. Count goes to 2-0.
That was one of the best baseball games I have ever seen for a comeback. And a 5-0 deficit going into the last inning. Homer tied it.
What a job by them, and gotta say, Homer, beautiful location. 2-1. Here's a ball popped up into right field, and the catch will be made by Brooks Hossenclaver, who came up to get that done. 2 away.
You need to look how comfortable Smith looks out there. He looks like he's Whitey Ford. The way he's just moving the dirt around and assessing himself on the hill.
Yeah, the confidence has been really awesome to see so far from Gabe. He is just taking each batter with a great level of confidence and belief in himself, and it's paying off. Here's a ground ball from Jack Karen to second. It hops into the second baseman's glove. That'll be a 4-3. Good work by Sammy Lopez to handle that baseball, and that will bring us on to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It is stretch time here in Kenai. Oilers still with a 7-0 lead over the Glacier Pilots. Back in just a moment here on KSRM 92.5 FM and 920 AM.
Hi, this is Justin Ruffridge. There's nothing like a small town. It's real community. And that's one of the reasons I'm raising my family here. It's also why I own and operate Soldotna Professional Pharmacy, because I believe a small town pharmacy is where people get the best care. Our customers aren't just customers, you're our friends and neighbors. Stop by at 299 Binkley in Soldotna for hometown friendly service. I'm Justin Ruffridge, and I'm here to serve you.
Looking for fun for the whole family that they will love? Head over to Jumpin' Junction on K-Beach Road, the Peninsula Entertainment Center for all ages. Play in the arcade, dive into the active VR game room, glow it up with blacklight mini golf, bounce on inflatable fun, and grab a snack at the snack bar. Birthdays, work parties, and so much more. You can book them now at Jumpin' Junction on K-Beach Road. Jumpin' Junction, where there's fun for the whole family.
Welcome back here to Kenai, Alaska. Stretch time here at Coral Seymour Memorial Ballpark. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird joining you for the bottom half of the 7th with your Oilers on top, 7-0 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard.
You are overdue to get us some runs here this inning. This is a great time for it.
I think this would be a prime time to do it, and the Oilers, hey, they were knocking on the door in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see if they can get it done here. Davis Weeks is still on the mound for the Glacier Pilots. Luke Skinner will be leading off for Peninsula in this frame. Skinner, Garrison Jones, and Nolan Graw, 8-9-1 due up here for Peninsula. Skinner so far 0 for 3 on the day. Popped the ball up to short, grounded out to short, and grounded out to second in his 3 appearances at the plate so far. This pitch delivered by Weeks just to the outside. Count goes to 0-1. It does bear some repeating the current defensive lineup for the Pilots. Weeks is the pitcher. Ryan Dotson is now at third. Jake Dahl remains at first as that one comes in outside. Antonio Gianni is at second. Blazes is short. Jack Karen is in left field. Kunis is in right field. 2-0 and make it 3-0. Again outside and high outside from Davis Weeks.
Skinner bats from the left-hand side. He's looked good at third base today as well.
He has made some tremendous defensive plays, as has the entire Oilers roster really in this game. 3-0 pitch, and that just caught the top part of the zone for a strike. Count goes to 3-1 on Luke Skinner, man out of Bradley University. Had a great start to the series and trying to finish the series in great fashion as well. 3-1 pitch, and that's outside for ball 4. And for the first time today, Luke Skinner gets on base. That'll bring Garrison Jones to the plate. Reached on an E3 back in the second, struck out in the third, and grounded out to second in the 5th inning. Trying to get his first hit of the day right here. Oilers trying to add to a 7-0 lead. They've been ultra dominant here today. It's been kind of the antithesis of how they've won the first few games of this series that they have so far.
Well, there's still 6 outs left for the Pilots, and they scored 9 runs in the last 2 innings 2 nights ago.
That's exactly right. You can't put the cart before the horse here. But in a lot of these games, the Oilers, if they have won, they've had to do it in close fashion, including yesterday in a 2-1 victory. As that pitch just misses wide, count goes to 1-1. Lefty batter versus righty pitcher right here. But it's been sheer dominance, at least so far, from the start for the Oilers here on this Sunday afternoon. 1-1 pitch, and that's low in the dirt for ball 2.
For auto, home, life insurance and investing opportunities, call Christy Babcock at 262-4440 in Soldotna or 283-7116 in Kenai.
2-1 pitch coming up to Garrison Jones here with Skinner locked in at first base. Pretty decent leadoff right now. And here's a chopper right to the first baseman. Throw to second, chance to turn 2 is not going to happen as the shortstop slipped before he tried to make the throw. Blaze Sizz was able to at least get the out at second base, but had a chance to turn 2. Jones will reach first on a fielder's choice.
I'm not sure if he slipped or if he had to make a first baseman stretch to keep that from going into left field.
I could see either argument on that one, but still a nice play to be able to get the out at second base. And that will bring on the next man in the order, Nolan Graw, for the Peninsula Oilers. Right back to the top we go. As Weeks places this pitch in wide, count goes to 1-0, with now 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning, and Garrison Jones over at first.
Graw with a spectacular appearance at the plate today.
Here's a high fly ball over to left field. And late to that, Karen was also nearby, but Coleman ended up getting the out. That'll be 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th.
Graw didn't give us a chance to extol his virtues. 3 runs scored, 3 hits with a home run. So here he flies out sky high to center field.
Yeah, one of the first times he hasn't gotten a hit yet today. Mark Nellis comes to the plate. Nellis so far has reached on a hit by pitch back in his first appearance, but outside of that has not gotten on base today as he watches this pitch come into the outside corner for a strike count at 0-1.
He did score after getting hit by that pitch with a stolen base.
Jones still at first. Here comes the 0-1 offering from Davis Weeks. And called for strike 2. Hey, while we've got a moment, folks, want to promote the Oilers All-Star Family Field Day fundraiser happening Saturday, June 20th from 12 to 4 right here at the Oilers Ballpark. Fun games for the whole family. Make sure to check it out on Saturday, June 20th. 0-2 pitch coming up with 2 outs. Nellis will pop this one foul on the right side. Count will stay at 0-2. And also, Ladies' Night coming up on Thursday, July 9th at 6:30 for the Oilers Chinooks game. Make sure to check that out. One of the biggest nights of the year supporting a great cause. 0-2 pitch on the way, and called strike 3 on Mark Nellis. So a good way to end the inning for Davis Weeks. Oilers, for the second straight time, shut out. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left on base in the bottom half of the 7th inning. We'll be back for the top of the 8th with the Pilots bats in just a moment here on KSRM 92.5 FM and 920 AM.
Who would you call if your vehicle broke down? If you just had an accident or just spun off into the ditch? You might be able to think right now, but in the moment, it might be hard. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to add this name and number to your phone in case of emergency. Okay, are you ready? It's Genwar. That's Jenwar, Towing and Recovery, 394-6068. That number again is 394-6068. Available 24 hours a day. Genwar Towing and Recovery. Make sure it's in your phone.
Bear Bucks is making savings easier than ever with new promotions that give you discounts no matter how much you spend. Enter your phone number at checkout to unlock active deals and rewards every time you shop. Not a member? No problem. Just scan the QR code in store and sign up in seconds. Start earning rewards at just $5 and get double rewards when you spend $50 or more. Don't miss out. Your rewards are tracked right on your receipt and easy to use in the app. Bear Bucks. More savings, more rewards every time you shop.
Welcome back. This is Oilers Baseball on KSRM 92.5 FM. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird joining you. Looking at the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard, it is Oilers 7, Glacier Pilots nothing. 10 hits for the Oilers so far, 2 for the Glacier Pilots. Oilers have had 10 runners left on base, but still a commanding lead here in this top half of the 8th, Bob.
Well, speaking of commanding, Gabe Smith out for his 3rd inning of work. He has retired all 6 batters. Fly to center. Covered first base on a 3-1 put out. Fly to center. Popped to short. Fly to right. Grounded to second.
Ryan Dotson will be the next man up here for the Glacier Pilots. Number 7 man in the order. Gabe Smith's pitch is going to be delivered a little bit low. Count goes to 1-0, but like you said, he's had a great command from the plate so far. 1-0 pitch coming up from from Smith. Here's a chopper to the left side, picked up by the second baseman, throws on to first, and gets it there in time for the 4-3 on Ryan Dotson. So good work quickly by Sammy Lopez there, who continues to impress from the second base side for the Oilers. Able to pick up that chopper. That will bring Davis Weeks to the plate.
It was a slow 2-bounding jackrabbit.
I like that description. So here comes Weeks to the plate, and here is a fly ball out to right field. Hassenclaver on the run, cannot get to it. It goes over his head. Weeks racing around first, gets to second. He's got a 1-out stand-up double, the 3rd hit of the game for the Pilots.
Well, there's an old base running piece of advice. If the ball hasn't been picked up yet by the outfielder, by the time you come to second base, go for 3. I think he should have taken a triple, and I think the Oilers are lucky in that regard, but they figured out Gabe Smith with that shot deep to right field.
So a good job by Davis Weeks to be able to get that double. That'll bring on the next man in the order here for the Glacier Pilots, Blaze Sizz, number 9 man in the order. We'll see how Gabe Smith adjusts to this newfound pressure. That is not Blaze Sizz, actually. That is number 3, who is at the plate right now, which is Landon Martindale. So he is in the 9 hole here for the Glacier Pilots.
He's out there somewhere on the field.
Wasn't originally listed in our defensive lineup changes, but he is out there somewhere as that pitch is delivered for a strike. Great breaking ball from Gabe Smith. Count goes to 0-2.
He delivered a 12-6 on his first pitch, and this one was a slider.
We'll see if Gabe Smith can get another strike right here on the number 9 man in the order. And a swing and a miss. Gabe Smith, how about the local guy from Nikiski, getting another strikeout right here in the top half of the 8th inning.
Yeah, I was calling for a fastball. He didn't realize it, but I did it by telepathy, okay?
You put that into his brain right there. Vaughn Coleman will be the next man up here for the Glacier Pilots. Top man in the order, hoping to get something going for Anchorage right here. He did get a single to start the game earlier, but hasn't gotten a hit since. As this pitch is going to be delivered in low, count will move to 1-0. And of course, right now for Gabe Smith and the Oilers, it's all about preserving what you've already built. They've done a very nice job of that so far. And they're hoping to get a little bit more right here. Coleman, a hit by pitch, caught him. It looked like on the left side of the body, maybe on the left shoulder, and that will bring him on to first base after the 1-0 count.
Well, it was a 12-6 curveball there, easy to take.
Now batting number 14, Cooper Kunis.
Cooper Kunis will be the next man up. Davis Weeks still at second base. Number 8 man in the order trying to get spurred on further as Cooper Kunis comes to the plate. Kunis, the number 2 man in the order for the Pilots, softly hit and fouled.
It's off his body.
Yeah, went off of his body first before then coming into the field of play. Good catch by the umpires on that. Carson Jacobs, the home plate umpire. Brett Colin is the first base umpire. And Toby Milam is the third base umpire for the Glacier Pilots here today.
Often the home plate umpire doesn't even know where that ball went or if it hit the batter, and that's for the right-of-way of the base umpires to call.
0-1 pitch coming up. And that pitch is going to be delivered in a little bit low. Evens the count at 1-1. Great job by the umpiring crew all weekend long. They've been able to do pretty well on the field. Count at 1-1 coming up. Wind still blowing pretty well towards the right side of the ballpark. And there's strike 2. Throw back to second to see if they could do anything with Weeks. Not going to happen yet. Still a good effort from Garrison Jones on that throwback.
He's got a shift on. He's playing shortstop right behind the bag on the dirt.
Yeah, they have focused in on that right side, especially with the lefty batter Kunis. You can understand why they would do that. 1-2 on the way, breaking ball, lifted towards right field. Hassenclaver on the run. It goes up and over his head. Weeks will come in. He'll score for the Pilots. Here comes the second run. It'll make it in time, and the Pilots get their first runs of the game. It is a 2-run double from Cooper Kunis.
Well, that changes the configuration here of the game considerably. A 2-run RBI double, scoring Coleman, who was hit by a pitch, and Weeks, who had delivered a double earlier in the inning.
7, Antonio.
Yeah, all of a sudden, the Glacier Pilots in a little bit more of an advantageous position than they were to start this top half of the 8th. All of a sudden, it is a 5-run game, and Anchorage not out of it yet. Antonio Gianni will come to the plate, and because of that wind ripping towards right field, it continues to make life hard for Brooks Hassenclaver, and that's going to be, was that a hit by pitch? It looks like it wasn't, just a wild pitch. It goes past Garrison Jones, and that allows Kunis to get to third base. Thought for sure that had made contact with him, but apparently it bounced off of the ground and went right by Gianni. Kunis now in the hot corner.
Scored that a wild pitch.
That indeed that it was. So Kunis is now at third with Gianni at home plate. And Anchorage looking to add their third run of the top of the 8th right here. Remember, top of the 8th treated them well a couple games ago. Ended up getting 7 total runs against the Oilers in that one. 1-0 pitch, and that will be a foul ball. Bounced off of the bat of Gianni and then back behind the plate. Count goes to 1-1.
Check swing, tap.
Antonio Gianni trying to help his Pilots to a comeback victory for the ages right here. Gianni yesterday had 1 hit for Anchorage with no hits in the contest. Or no runs, I should say, in the contest. 1-1 coming up to Gianni. And that is low and inside from Gabe Smith. Count moves to 2-1. That was very nearly again a hit by pitch. He's been close on a couple of them. Just got to get that thing a little bit more to the outside against these batters. 2-1 pitch coming up to Gianni. With 2 outs, you can't count on a sac fly here or a sac bunt. 2-1, and here's a drive into left that gets down for a base hit. That will bring in the run, and that will be an RBI single for Antonio Gianni. And the Pilots make it a 4-run game. Gianni able to deliver here in the top of the 8th. 3 runs scored after a scoreless game thus far for Anchorage. And Jake Dahl will come on. The score now 7-3 Oilers over the Pilots.
Well, there's one pitcher warming up for the Oilers right now in the bullpen. And this 2-out rally here for the Pilots.
Jake Dahl, he delivers a shot into right field. Got right past Sammy Lopez. Nothing he could do about it as it screamed all the way to Hassenclaver. Back-to-back singles for the Pilots. Gianni now at second with Dahl at first.
Well, the second time through the order, they seem to have figured out Smith, and it looked really good for 2 innings. And there's an old thing in theater, leave them wanting more.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. Nick Cortinas will come to the plate. Gabe Smith trying to make sure that the damage doesn't get any more prevalent here for the Pilots, who've now got 6 total hits and have gotten a lot of those right here in this inning. Breaking ball from Smith finds the zone for a strike. Count goes to 0-1. Nick Cortinas subbed in as the catcher, and he's trying to get something going for the Pilots right here. 0-1 coming up from Gabe Smith. And here's another fly ball hit towards right. Hassenclaver this time camps underneath it and makes the catch for the final out. But the Pilots get the offense revved up in the top half of the 8th inning. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 2 left on base. Hassenclaver, Carson McCormick, and Owen Musil due up for Peninsula when we come back in just a moment here on KSRM 92.5 FM and 920 AM.
Everyone knows the struggle. The DMV keeps bankers hours while they're stuck at work. That's where AK Express rolls in to save the day. They handle the services people need, and that's why they want you. Open until 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and Saturdays 11 to 3. AK Express makes busy schedules easier. Conveniently located at the corner of K Beach and West Poppy Lane. Next to Everybody Rides Again. AK Express, where convenience is king.
Cuts, fractures, sprains, burns, fishhooks, and workplace accidents. Odyssey Urgent Care treats the injuries that can't wait. Need stitches? They perform laceration repairs right here. Got a fishhook where it doesn't belong? Well, they can help with that too. With on-site x-ray services, splinting, braces, and expert injury care, you can get diagnosed and treated in one convenient visit. Conveniently located in Kenai in the Odyssey Family Practice Building. Open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Walk in or call 907-283-8400. Odyssey Urgent Care.
Epic healthcare for your journey.
Welcome back. This is Oilers baseball here on KSRM. Dylan Simmons and Bob Bird joining you for the bottom half of the 8th inning with your score: Oilers 7, Glacier Pilots 3 on the Three Bears Alaska scoreboard. 6 hits now for Anchorage, 2 for Peninsula, 2 errors for the Pilots, none for the Oilers. 2 left on base for the Pilots in the top of the 8th with 3 runs scored.
I don't have binoculars, but somewhere out in that field I think is Martindale, because they killed the DH.
They did kill the DH, so that's why Martindale would be listed at third base right now.
Number 3 is correct.
Yes, so that's where he's at, over at third base.
Now where's Dotson then?
Dotson, in this situation, I believe, would just be, as this is going to be driven up, right into the glove of the second baseman Gianni for an out. That is an L4 to start off this bottom half of the 8th. 1 and out for the Glacier Pilots.
1 out for the Oilers, actually, but the Glacier Pilots made that hard line drive to Gianni, and I was hoping that Hassenclaver could get something going. He's got 3 walks and a strikeout.
Carson McCormick will come to the plate as he checks the swing, didn't go all the way around, called for a ball. Count goes to 1-0. Yeah, a great out secured by the Glacier Pilots on that catch by Gianni. As McCormick looks to keep up what's been an incredible day so far. This is going to be called for a looking strike, and the count goes 2-1-1 as he again checked his swing but didn't go all the way around, but still a well-placed pitch by Davis Weeks, who's been doing his best on the bump. Here is a fly ball into shallow left center field for a base hit, perfectly placed by Carson McCormick, who's already got 3 hits with a walk today, make it 4 hits with a walk now with a 1-out single.
He'll be moving up into the lineup somewhere where he's been put into cleanup position, and I guess that's paid off with 3 RBIs.
Yeah, Dave Dawson put him in the cleanup spot today, and he has absolutely made the most of that opportunity. Owen Musil comes to the plate here for the Oilers as they get their 11th hit of this game. Musil softly hit. It's basically a swinging bunt. Throw back to second. Oh, it's off of the glove of the second baseman, Gianni. McCormick racing for third. He'll get there in time. Runners safe at the corners for the Oilers.
E4. As the ball was at the tip of his glove, but it was catchable. He had his momentum going to second base in hope for a double play, of course. The swinging bunt was fielded by the pitcher, so that will be E4, and it puts McCormick all the way to third base with 1 out.
Yep, an E4, Musil at first, McCormick now at third. That's the 3rd error of the game for the Glacier Pilots. Reed Oakley will come to the plate for Peninsula. Again, runners at the corners, and opportunity is certainly knocking here for Peninsula to add to their lead with just 1 out.
And Oakley's hot as a biscuit. He's 3 for 3 with a double and 2 RBIs.
Yeah, Oakley's been playing some incredible baseball so far. One of his best days thus far in his Oilers career. Very much like Carson McCormick. Both of those guys have been the real stars of the show so far for the Oilers, along with Nolan Graw, who got the home run, lest we forget. Swing and a miss at this low pitch, and that will even the count at 1-1.
That was a half-hearted swing. Not typical of what he's been showing at the plate today.
And that's one that Reed might want back after the fact. We'll see if he can make the most of this 1-1 offering coming up.
In middle infielders, a double play depth.
Delivered here by Weeks, called for a strike. Runner takes off for second, and the ball gets away from the second baseman, Gianni, and that'll allow McCormick to come in to score the 8th run of the game for the Oilers.
I'm going to let you decide who deserves that error, the catcher or the second baseman. I think it was a terrible throw.
I'll probably list that one on Cortinas in that situation. The throw was low to Gianni, and as a result of that, it allowed McCormick to take off and eventually take home plate. So I'm going to award that as an E2 in that situation. Throwing error. So McCormick will make his way home after that, and Musil is now at second base.
Now 4 errors for the Pilots.
4 errors for Anchorage and 2 in just this inning, Bob. Count is at 2-2 here to Reed Oakley. And this pitch goes outside for ball 3. Full count coming up.
Well, you got one of those runs back. Nice going.
I was about to say, yeah, I was waiting on the moment it was going to happen for me after the 7 you'd gotten earlier, and it looks like the Oilers ready to answer here in this frame. 3-2 coming up with 1 out. Oakley, ground ball. Shortstop gobbles it up, throws on to first, but he'll never make it in time. Well placed by Reed Oakley on that ground ball.
Wow.
And that is a great single that puts him at first and Musil at third.
A great job there by the shortstop, Sis, to smother that ball from going into left field.
Yeah, that's probably the best thing you can say for Sis in that situation, because there wasn't any way he was going to be able to make the throw, but still got it got it away from getting into the left field area.
Yeah, what number is Sis? Because that's number 2 playing shortstop.
Okay, so they've made another defensive shift. That's Dotson now playing shortstop in that case, as this will be popped up straight into the air on the left side, and it's going to be caught by Weeks, the pitcher, and that will be out number 2. So Lopez quickly retired on what's going to be a P1. So yet another defensive shift for the Pilots. This is going to be a nightmare to try to check scoring-wise after the fact.
I'm glad you've got that job.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to some of the adjustments I'm going to have to make after the game because they keep subbing in guys and got no idea who's coming in, who's coming out, but we're making the most of it. Martindale is at third, Dotson at short, just to confirm. Luke Skinner is now to the plate for the Oilers with runners at first and third here. And that is a swing and a miss for Skinner. Count goes to 0-1, trying to be aggressive at the plate. Skinner, thus far in the game, is 0 for 3, but did reach on a walk back in the 7th.
He's overdue for a hit and an RBI.
That he certainly is, and the man from Bradley will look to get something rolling right here. Here's a throwback to first to try to take care of Oakley. Not going to happen yet. Oilers now with 12 total hits in this game and an 8-3 lead. Pilots with 2 errors in this inning alone. Oh, 1, and that pitch well outside. Runner takes off, and the fake throw from Cortinas will allow Reed Oakley to take second base with a stolen base, and the count will be at 1-1. Good work by Reed Oakley to take off, and now 2 runners in scoring position for the Oilers here. 1-1 coming up for the lefty batter Skinner. Number 8 man in the order. This pitch shying outside for ball 2. Count coming up to 2-1 here. Luke Skinner and Peninsula trying to find their way to win number 4 on the season. Skinner looking for one last exclamation point. Swing and a miss. Count will go to 2-2. Make sure to stick around for our post-game show after the game, Community Health Services post-game show, where we'll look to interview a few of the Oilers players and talk about their fantastic game today and hopefully talk about a win. 2-2 pitch. Here's a ground ball to the right side, picked up by the first baseman, Dahl. He'll give it to Weeks, who tags the bag for out number 3. So the Oilers put up 1 run here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. A little insurance as Carson McCormick scores off of an error. Oilers leave 2 men on base, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 errors, and that will do it for this 8th inning. Back for the top of the 9th in just a moment with the Oilers on top 8-3 here on KSRM 92.5 FM and 920 AM.
Hazardous trees are such a problem here on the Kenai Peninsula, but they have to be handled, and the place to call is AK Tree Solutions. With many years of experience in residential hazardous tree removal, they offer guaranteed customer satisfaction, and they're very accommodating. AK Tree Solutions also offers tree pruning, and they're licensed and insured. Get those hazardous trees off your property today. Call AK Tree Solutions, 907-398-2903. That's 907-398-2903.
Ready to spice up your day? Playa Azul Mexican Restaurant in Kenai is serving a bold, authentic Mexican food made with love and packed with flavor. New to town or just passing through, this is your must-stop spot for amazing variety, unbeatable prices, and all your favorites. Enjoy the free salsa bar and kick back with cold beer or a glass of wine. Located just past the last traffic light in Kenai, headed north. Playa Azul is where the fiesta never ends. Come hungry, leave happy. Playa Azul Mexican Restaurant.
And we're back here at the top of the 9th where Jake Tharnish will be the pitcher for the Oilers. The Oilers 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 12 men left. And the Pilots 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors, and 5 men left on base. Jake Tharnish on the hill here to close it off for the Oilers. In the top of the 9th, be sure to stay tuned for the Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show. But we've got to get 3 outs here, and it's a 5-run lead for the Oilers. Oilers got 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, 1 in the fourth, and 1 in the 8th. The Pilots 3 runs in the 8th. Here we go. It is batters 6, 7, and 8. Strong, Dotson, and Weeks. As we head in, the first pitch by Tharnish is off the plate for ball 1.
And this is Jack Karen at the plate here for the Anchorage Glacier Pilots.
Thank you very much. There's been a lot of changes. There's the next pitch by Tharnish, and there's a strike on the outside corner. Glad to see that.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And again, Tharnish getting his chance here on this Sunday afternoon. Didn't have the best outing back on Friday, so I'm sure looking for a little bit of redemption here in this back part of this game.
Here's the 1-1 pitch fastball. I think it's fouled or it's out of the catcher's glove, and it's 1-2. Give me the name of the batter again.
This is Jack Karen, who's at the plate, number 25.
Is that with a K?
With a C.
C, okay. Karen bats from the left-hand side. Ball 1, strike 2. Here's the stretch. He's going to pitch from the stretch, and the delivery, the big right-hander, it's outside, and it's 2-2.
Pilots got some stuff going in the top half of the 8th inning, but trying to get a little bit more magic, down 5 runs. Wind still ripping here at Coral Seymour.
Ball 2, strike 2. Here's the pitch by Tharnish. Strike 3 called. Wow, just painted the outside corner. And there's one dead.
That was a really confident pitch by Jake Tharnish, able to get that strikeout on Jack Karen. Looking a lot more confident, I'd say, from the mound in this appearance than on Friday. That's got to feel good for him.
Ryan Dodson coming to the plate. He's 0 for 3, struck out, fielder's choice, and grounded out. Here's the first pitch to him. And a slider misses outside and low. Ball 1. Oilers with Skinner, Grau, Lopez, and Musial, the infield third to first. McCormick, Nelson, Hassan, Cleaver in the outfield. There's a ground ball. Whoa, what a stop by Tharnish. Oh, my goodness. A hot grounder on one bounce, popped out of his glove. He bobbled it and then made the underhanded throw.
That was unbelievable by Tharnish to get in front of that ball. First off, it was incredible that he was able to first grab that glove out, and then the ability to control it the way he did. Nicely done, 1 and out here in the top of the 9th.
It could have easily deflected anywhere. There's an off-speed pitch, I think, and it's strike 1. Davis Weeks, who's done great work on the hill for the Pilots, I think 4 innings. Pitch is just inside. I don't know if he's throwing some sort of off-speed pitch.
Yeah, it looks like either an off-speed or a fastball from up here. Kind of centered towards the inside part of the plate.
Here's the delivery. And a hot grounder, a hot line drive is just foul. And the Pilots down to their last strike here with an 8-3 Oiler lead. Oilers came out like a cannon shot in the first 3 innings, first 4 innings. Here's the 1-2 pitch coming in right now. That's just inside. I have to study his delivery. I think he's switching from 3/4 down to a sidearm. There's something different about his delivery. I find it intriguing. I think it's meant to be deceptive. 2-2 pitch coming in. Here's the pitch. He just got a piece of that one. And it's 2-2.
Yeah, it's definitely a unique pitching style, but man, is it effective. Come on, Jake, let's finish this off.
Ball 2, strike 2. We're down at the 2.5-hour mark of this ball game. And the delivery. Just miss, and it goes to full count. Some groans from the umpires in the stands.
Yeah, not going to be easy for Jake right here. Still got a chance on the payoff pitch.
Here it comes. Popped up, should be the end of the game. Looking for it is Musial. He's drifting, he's got it. He had to bend his body into a contortion, and a P3 ends it here. The Oilers take 4 out of 5 from the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. We'll be back with the Peninsula Community Health Services post-game show in just 1 minute. Oilers win 8-3. This is Oilers Baseball on KSRM 920 and RadioKenai.com.
think? PCHS is bringing back emergency dental services in Kenai. Patients are evaluated each morning starting at 7:45 with treatment available until 9 Monday through Friday. Patients will be seen in order of urgency. It's fast, focused care when you need it most. Don't wait through the pain. Get the help you need right when you need it. For more information, call 907-262-3119.
Peninsula Community Health Services. Healthcare for all.
When trying to find a dentist, it can be challenging, and Ridgeway Family Dentistry knows this. Ridgeway is a new state-of-the-art facility offering you pain-free dentistry and is family-friendly. Even if you don't have time to have multiple appointments, Ridgeway Family Dentistry can complete all your treatment in one easy visit. At Ridgeway Family Dentistry, they know how important it is to have a smile and know how that can change your life. For your next dental appointment, call Ridgeway Family Dentistry at 262-8404.
Brought to you by Peninsula Community Health Services and State Farm agent Christy Babcock with today's recaps and on-field interviews. Let's return to the field on KSRM.
Well, the Oilers winners here tonight. 4 out of 5 in this series. The Oilers 8 runs, 11 hits, no errors, 12 men left on base. The winning pitcher, Luke Dixon, he went 5 innings, gave up just 2 hits, struck out 6, and walked 2. The losing pitcher, Kayona Kaneshiro for the Glacier Pilots, and he gave up 7 runs. And I erased his other stats. Maybe you can pick them up. But the Glacier Pilots made it interesting with 3 runs in the 8th inning, and they wind up with 3 runs, 6 hits, 4 errors, and 5 men left on base. Dylan?
Yeah. Sorry, my audio was cut out there. Man, what a fantastic win for Peninsula here this afternoon. Came out with a fire and passion to go out and get a series finale victory. That's exactly what they did. Got off to a hot start and just never let their foot off the throttle. 8 runs, great pitching as well from Luke Dixon to start. Gabe Smith, shout out to him. Great performance today. And, of course, Jake Darnish getting the chance to finish it off here at the end.
You're listening to the Peninsula Community Health Services postgame show. PCHS supports your health, offering medical, dental, eye care, and behavioral health services. Visit them online at pchsak.org or call and schedule an appointment today. 907-262-3119. That's 262-3119. We're going to take a 2-minute break. We hope to have some interviews for you when we come back. This is Oilers Baseball on KSRM 920.
The World Cup's coming, and everybody's talking defense. Here's a strategy that works long after the final whistle. If your family is complete, a no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy is a safe, effective move. If you're done building your team, it may be time to strengthen your defense. Dr. Alvarez can perform your procedure in Soldotna or Homer. It's quick, comfortable, and a whole lot easier than chasing toddlers into extra time. Don't leave your future up to a lucky bounce. Call Peninsula Surgery and Aesthetics, 907-235-1010, and schedule your no-needle, no-scalpel vasectomy. Score some peace of mind and enjoy the games.
If you've been involved in an accident or had a catastrophic injury, negotiating with insurance companies on your own is fraught. Insurance companies want to maximize their profits, and that means minimizing a fair and just resolution to you. They don't want to pay for your medical bills. They don't want to pay for your lost work. They don't want to pay for your pain and suffering. Expert insurance negotiators and adjusters will try to minimize your claim at every turn. It's important to have an attorney to get the recovery that you deserve. At Earhart, Elsner & Cooley, we can help you get that fair and true value.
Hello, I'm Marty Hanson, owner and manager of Eyewear Express. Have you ever bought new glasses for your little darling and they're lost or twisted into a figure 8 before you even get home or take that first picture? Well, if you got them at Eyewear Express, we'll replace the frame for free. Let me say that again. If they lose or break the frame, we'll replace it for free. So relax and expect the best from Eyewear Express in the Peninsula Center Mall, Soldotna. 260-9199.
Hi, this is Jeff. You ready to come back after this? Here. It's also why I own and operate Soldotna Professional Pharmacy, because I believe a small-town pharmacy is where people get the best care. Our customers aren't just customers, you're our friends and neighbors. Stop by at 299 North Finkley in Soldotna for hometown-friendly service. I'm Justin Ruffridge, and I'm here to serve you.
We're listening to the Peninsula Community Health Services. We've got Oilers up here with an 8-3 victory, and take it away, Dylan.
All right, first man up here for the Oilers today, Mr. Carson McCormick. Man, what a fantastic game you had. Career day for you in this contest. You go 4 for 4 with a walk in this contest, 3 singles and a double. Man, first off, how'd you get it done like that?
I don't know. I've been getting unlucky.
Real close to your mouth, Carson.
I don't know. I've just been
Try it again.
just get up there swinging.
Well, you certainly were. Yeah, you certainly were swinging and finding something. And going back to what we saw earlier in the series, how did you adjust to what you saw from the Pilots? And did you do anything in between the games to kind of get in that form you wanted to find?
Yeah. Early on, I was kind of getting nervous, so I was kind of lunging out a little bit. So I got in the work in the cage and just stay back, stay through it.
All right, last question for you from me. How confident do you guys feel, and what's the feeling for you guys after a great win like this?
Oh, coming in winning the series, we're all feeling good, and we're just going to plan on keep rolling.
All right, sounds good, Carson. Thank you so much, and congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
All right, next man up here for Peninsula. We've got number 11 joining us, Reed Oakley. Reed, what a fantastic game that you had today as well. Both of you guys ended up going for 4 total hits with a walk. You had 3 singles and a double. Let's talk a little bit about your stat line and what was working for you today.
You know, I mean, coming off first game, 0 for 4, it kind of hurts the confidence a little bit. I mean, and then game 2, had to come out early with the injury in the hand. It just didn't know how I was going to hold up. Ended up being fine. A lot of help from Coach Tharp. Kind of helped me.
I'd like to talk about the injury in your hand. It was 3 games ago. Was it a foul tip?
Yeah, so it was a foul tip straight off the wrist. It kind of blew up like a balloon instantly. I could see it in real time, and it was
You
really
stayed
scary.
in another inning, though.
Yeah, I wanted to finish out for my guy Cody on the mound. And I'm not going to take away at bats for myself. I know I was leading off, so I wanted to get another opportunity.
Show me the wrist now. Must be
I got it taped up right now, but you can kind of see the laces there.
Oh, yeah.
Well, a double, 3 singles, 2 RBIs, and a walk. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, and last man up, Luke Dixon. You know, your brother had a great starting outing on Wednesday, but you did pretty good in your own right here today. 5 innings of work, just 2 hits given up and no runs. What was working for you on the mound?
Honestly, I mean, I had 4 days to prepare to pitch against these guys, so I kind of just went into the game knowing I was going to pitch backwards to them. You know, throw them. Well, I guess. You know, establish my fastball first, but then throw him a lot of off speeds to start the counts, and then strike him out later with either, you know, cutter or fastball.
Yeah, you know, kind of building on that, what did you see from the Pilots in those 4 days before that helped you to adopt the style that you were going to use for this game?
Yeah, I saw they were swinging early to start the counts. At least a lot of them were, and most of their hits against us were the fastballs. I mean, the 2 hits I gave up today were fastballs, and they were either 0-1 or to start the count 0-0.
I've got one important question for you. Who's better looking, you or your brother?
Cole, he's got a girlfriend, so I would say him.
All right, very good.
Hey, don't sweat it too much. I don't either. It's all part of it. You'll get one eventually.
You guys are identical twins, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, we're identical.
Okay,
on
very
paper,
good.
we're identical, yeah.
All right, Luke, congratulations on a great outing and for the Oilers with their fantastic start.
Yep, it was a great time. It was a fun game. Go out there, throw 58 pitches. Yeah, it was a fun time.
Pretty solid outing, Luke. Thank you so much, and good luck for the next one.
All right, that's going to wrap things up here between the Oilers and the Glacier Pilots. Our next game is tomorrow night against the Anchorage Bucks.
Actually, 2 nights from now. We're going to take tomorrow off, and then we got Tuesday nights when we're going to open the series against the Bucks. First of a 4-game series. Should be a lot of fun here from Kenai.
I stand corrected. Very good. I'm glad everyone should get a second shot at that. It's not tomorrow night. It's Tuesday night.
Right, Tuesday night. Oilers get the night off tomorrow night.
Okay, that's going to wrap things up with the Peninsula Oilers 8-3 winners here over the Anchorage Glacier Pilots. For Dylan Simmons and Race back at the studio, this is Bob Bird saying thank you for letting my voice be your eyes. Good night, everybody. I just killed the phone. I'm going to call him one more time, see what happened.